This is how I would book Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes leading up to WrestleMania 40 in Philly. So let's start with the Royal Rumble. I would put Cody Rhodes in the Royal Rumble just like he was this year, but instead of coming at number 30, I put him in at number 1. He's going to be the first guy out, which is going to have to define the odds even more to get back to WrestleMania to where he wants to get. Have Cody in the final 2, only to come this close again, but he lost. He would lose in the end, and the bitter disappointment where he's like, man, I was this close to winning back-to-back Rumbles, and now I lost. Now I gotta find a different path. Now, Cody losing the Rumble and coming this close again to winning it would only fuel his passion even more to, want to win that World Championship that he came back to WWE to get to finish the story. So now Cody Rhodes has to find a way to get, to where he wants to get a rematch for that title. So I would have Cody get his way on to SmackDown after the Rumble, whether he makes a deal with the GMs, a trade, something. Cody Rhodes ends up finding his way over to SmackDown, and I would have Roman Reigns actually defend his title in the Elimination Chamber against 5 of the superstars, and I would have Cody compete in that chamber match as well. I would have Cody start the Elimination Chamber, and I would have Roman come out last. And my thought process behind this, I'm going to steal 2 ideas from 2 past chamber matches that happened, back in the day. New Year's Revolution 2005, they had a chamber match for the vacant world title. Now, Triple H had been the top heel on Raw for a minute with Evolution, but they also added Batista in that match, who was a part of Evolution at that time still. And they added him to the match to add, the suspense, like, will Batista turn on Triple H to win the world title? What will he do? And Batista, would be in the match and, try to do what he could for Triple H, but then he would end up getting eliminated. But he would still help Triple H win the match to become world champion at the end of it, after he got eliminated. The Elimination Chamber pay-per-view in 2014, the final 2 came down to Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan. Now, Daniel Bryan had been battling the Authority all this time to finally get back the championship that they screwed him out of time and time again, and Randy Orton was the bad guy representing the Authority as the guy they wanted to be at the top of the food chain, and it looked like Daniel Bryan was going to get the job done, but of course the Authority gets involved, and they cost Daniel Bryan another big match for the championship. I'm going to take both of those ideas and mold them into one for this chamber match. And what I mean by that is I would have Solo Sikoa be a part of this Elimination Chamber match. He's been loyal to Roman since he's been on the main roster, but he is a wild card. And if you throw him in the chamber match and he has an opportunity to become that guy and win the championship, it'll add some suspense like, will Solo turn on Roman? Is it time? That's why he's in that match. But in the end, I would have Solo get eliminated by Cody. And just like the chamber match in 2014, after Solo gets eliminated, he still helps Roman Reigns retain the championship, and Cody once again gets screwed out of the championship that he could have won, and we know in this match that he was going to beat Roman, but because of the bloodline, once again, it was a detriment to him, and Cody Rhodes, once again, wasn't able to finish the story. Now, I know most people are thinking right now, okay, why would Cody lose the chamber match to Roman again? Him losing to Roman again would be terrible for him. Just hear me out, man. Just hear me out. So this is where I'm going to throw everybody for a loop. Now, Cody only lost to Roman again because of Solo, because of the bloodline. If it wasn't for the bloodline, Roman would have never even been champion this long to begin with. We all know that from a storyline perspective. So in the very next episode of SmackDown, Roman comes out, he's gloating, there's nobody left, man, I done smashed them all, I'm that dude. Cody comes out, and Roman's like, bro, I'm done with you, I don't need to fight you again, like I done beat you twice, you're in the past. Cody comes out and he's fired up, right? He's mad, he's pissed, he's determined to finally finish this story and win that championship that he so desperately wants to win. And he's in Roman's face saying, I know I can beat you, you're a fraud champion, if it wasn't for the bloodline, you would have never beat me to begin with. I know I'm the guy to beat you, and you know I'm the guy to beat you, more importantly, and I'll do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. I'll do whatever it takes to get that match against you, that one-on-one match against you at WrestleMania. You just name it. I'll do whatever it takes. Then the wise man Paul Heyman gets involved. And after listening to Cody's promo, Paul Heyman cuts a promo himself saying, you know what, Roman? This guy Cody isn't going to go away. I know you're sick and tired of dealing with him and you want him gone, but I know he's going to keep coming after you unless we do something to get rid of him. So then Paul Heyman, being the wise man, throws out this crazy huge scenario, right? He's like, you know what, Cody? You think you can beat Roman? I know you can't beat Roman. Roman knows you can't beat him. But since you think you can, how about you prove it? Tonight on SmackDown, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns in a non-title match. And Cody, if you can beat Roman somehow, you will get your one-on-one match at WrestleMania for the championship. However, if Roman Reigns beats you, not only will you not get a title match at WrestleMania, but you're gone. You're gone from WWE. You're out of here. You are history. Cody is like, you know what? I'll throw out all the marbles on the table. I know I can beat Roman, and I know I deserve to hold that championship. I'll agree to the terms, but when I beat Roman Reigns and I face him at WrestleMania, it has to be by himself, and I want it in a contract. No Solo, no Jimmy, no Jade, no Sammy, whoever. No whoever a part of the bloodline. Me and Roman one-on-one at WrestleMania. No outside interference. And if anybody interferes on Roman's half, he will lose the championship. Roman seems a little hesitant because the wise man didn't really consult him about that idea before he had said it, right? But Roman Reigns trusts the wise man, and he's like, you know what? If I want to get rid of this guy, I gotta do it myself. So before the big match, Roman signs the contract, stating that if he loses, he will face Cody at WrestleMania with no interference, and if anybody interferes on his behalf, he will lose the championship. Cody signs the contract and saying if he doesn't beat Roman, he's gone. He's history. And then the big match happens, right? And it starts off slow. Roman cuts a promo before the match saying this is your last chance. Walk away while you can with your job. Cody's defiant. They have a little scuffle for a little bit in the ring. And they have a little bit of a match for about, I'd say, 5 or 10 minutes. Now, even though I said no outside interference at WrestleMania, that stipulation doesn't go for that match on SmackDown. So, of course, the Bloodline comes out. Why would they not? They always do, right? Solo comes out, Jamie comes out, and of course, the crowd is pissed, like, oh my god, here we go again, the same stuff, right? The Bloodline is taking down Cody when the referee's down. Solo goes to put Cody through the announce table, but he misses. That takes Solo out of the equation, and then out of nowhere, Jay comes and super kicks Jimmy. He takes out Jimmy. Now Jimmy's out the equation, and now Jay's involved, but he's on the opposite side of Roman. Now this is where it gets crazy and interesting, if you ask me. Roman and Jay have the little scuffle in the ring, right? And then Roman gets distracted. And then Cody will come out of nowhere, roll up Roman and capitalize. And the referee will count 1, 2, 3. And Cody will beat Roman. Now hear me out. Just try to understand. What is the reason that Roman gets pinned by Cody in the way he does by a roll-up? Well, Roman has to have some type of reason to want to fight Cody at WrestleMania. Why would Roman want to fight Cody at WrestleMania and give him another title shot when he's already beaten him at WrestleMania last year? And if he beat him inside the chamber, what's the reason for Roman to go after Cody? But if Cody pins Roman and beats him, which will only be the second time Roman loses as the tribal chief, which won't hurt him at all, that would embarrass Roman. And now Roman is mad, he's angry, he's pissed off. Now he has fuel to the fire to not only want to fight Cody at WrestleMania, but now he wants to destroy Cody at WrestleMania for embarrassing him. This also plays in little details within the Bloodline storyline for Cody Rhodes to win by distraction and via roll-up to get his match at WrestleMania. Why? How does Roman win most of his championship matches? A distraction from the Bloodline. He capitalized on the opportunity from the distraction to win and retain the championship. It's happened multiple times. Well, now he's on the end of that. Now he's the one who got distracted, and now he loses, and now that makes him feel embarrassed and more frustrated. Roman losing, though, will also start the spark of Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns' friction within the Bloodline, because remember, it was Paul Heyman's idea to do the match, not Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns now has to fight Cody at WrestleMania, which he didn't want to do. He got embarrassed by Cody because Cody pinned him. And now he's mad at Paul Heyman for coming up with that idea, and the idea backfired. That also allows, Jimmy and Jay to add on to their story for their big match at WrestleMania. And Solo's always a wild card, right? So he continues to be the wild card. But everything adds up within the story. Cody didn't win the Rumble again, which, allowed him to go to plan B to find a different way to get to the championship that he wants to get. He goes to SmackDown, gets in the chamber, gets screwed once again. Then he puts all his marbles on the table, puts his career on the line to prove that he can beat Roman to get to WrestleMania, to get the championship match that he wants. Beats Roman, embarrasses him. Now Roman has a reason to want to fight Cody at WrestleMania because he got humiliated, and that also causes friction with Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns because Paul Heyman came up with the idea to have the match against Cody on SmackDown, which Roman didn't really want to do, but he did it anyway because he felt like, it's what needed to be done, and he trusts the wise man's opinion because he's the wise man for a reason. And this is the only way to get rid of Cody Rhodes in Roman's mind, but it backfired. And that's how you get to the big match at WrestleMania. And there's going to be no outside interference because it was part of Cody's stipulation of signing that contract before they did that match on SmackDown. And now you have your big main event where it all culminates and you have your big winner in Cody Rhodes.